Arkansas, and these two teams have been hot in the postseason. Welcome into the 4A State Softball Championship game here at the Benton Athletic Complex. And alongside Derek Walters, I'm Bobby Swafford. Derek, this is a matchup that's what most people expected all season long. These two teams have been hot all year. 50 combined wins between Valley View and Nashville.
No, they are two great teams. We were down on the field earlier watching them warm up. They pitch well, they hit well. Like you said, it's a hot day, and they're both ready to go.
Yeah, the wind is blowing a little right to left, but it's all about the pitching in this matchup. And these two teams, they don't hide it. They've got one pitcher, they've got one ace, and they're going to stick to their guns and stick with their player.
One thing we've noticed, a bunch of fans here. Valley View travels well. Nashville is here and loud. Should be a great environment. Before the game, talked to a lot of the Nashville players. They said their extra players, their fans. They're loud, cheer them on. And every player I talked to said they're one of the reasons they are here.
It's almost 90 degrees here, almost 100 on the playing surface, which is an artificial surface here in Benton. And these fans were out here 2 hours before first pitch. So that tells you the kind of fan support that Nashville's getting. And they're going to need to support their starting ace, Macy Majunkin. She's the reason that Nashville is 26-4.
That's exactly right. She is 22-3 on the year, 246 strikeouts. She's only walked 17 batters all year. She has great control, great stamina. She relies, they rely on her to throw strikes, play good defense behind her. She throws a fastball, a drop ball, a rise ball, changeup, and a curve from every once in a while. She is playing pitcher at SAU next year, so she is committed to SAU.
Yeah, Valley View is going to counter with their ace. Of course, we'll see her in the bottom half of the inning with Riley Smith. She does it all, and essentially the only player with any kind of pitching stats for Valley View.
That's right. She's 27-4, 172 innings pitched. She's given up 100 hits, 41 runs, walked 19, and the ERA of 1.01.
As we take a look, and there's you see the battery mates for Nashville. That's a good look at Macy Majunkins, the senior, a .131 on base average against and an ERA of less than 1. But Derek, you mentioned the strikeout to walk ratio, 246 strikeouts to 17 base on balls this year. Valley View's going to have to earn it.
She is really good. I talked to her before the game. She's been playing softball since she was 4 years old. She said this will cap off her career so far. Her dad coached her starting at 4, and she said she is excited to get to hopefully win a state championship for Nashville today.
Is Ariba going to lead things off for the Valley View batting lineup? Number 8, she's going to lead things off. There's a good look at Izzy. Let's see what Valley View can get things going to start things here in the top of the first of the 4A state championship game. An on-base percentage of .500 for Reba and a batting average of .360. So there's a reason she's at the top of the lineup. You see the entire lineup there for the Lady Blazers: Lexi Davis, Anna Weekfield, Amara Wright, Caroline Prestige, Sophie Newberry, Grace Butler, and Lauren Mitchell is the starting 9. And we are set for 4A softball. First pitch just off the edge of the plate as we are underway in the title game. It is warm. And already the rosin bag coming out from the Nashville dugout as Majunkins has to retrieve that.
Our first game of the day, you could tell it was really cool when we started in the Taylor Westside game. As we got on that last inning, I think that pitcher used a bag about every pitch. She was reaching back there.
That one just a touch high, so Reba gets ahead in the count, 2-0. Mentioned the numbers for Majunkin. She doesn't issue many free passes. Makes teams work for it. 17 base on balls. That one misses high. Maybe some nerves early on. Of course, these two teams haven't been in the championship game. Nashville has not won a championship since back in 2013. Valley View looking for their first ever state softball championship. And a 4-pitch walk to start things off. The perfect way to begin the contest if you're Valley View.
You know, looking at this Nashville team, struggled early in the semis against Morrilton. Got down 5 runs in the first inning, were able to rally back over the course of the game and win. So they alluded to the weakness there in that semifinal game. Got behind early, but were able to come back. So we'll see if they're able to hopefully get an out here with a runner on.
Lays down the bunt, tries to give it up in the sacrifice, but that one goes foul. You mentioned the road to the finals here. Nashville went through Morrilton and Stuttgart, beat Morrilton 16-6, and a 10-0 victory over Stuttgart. As for Valley View, they beat Malvern 11-1, and Harrison 11-3. So Valley View being able to put up some runs. Again, tries to get laid down the butt, does Mackenzie Whitlock, but she misses that offering. And she's quickly behind in the count, 0-2.
Whitlock comes in the game batting .420 with 3 home runs and 34 games played.
That one up and out of the zone, try to get her to chase. This team is a threat to steal. Is Valley View 85 stolen bases in their 29 contests. That one flared up behind us, and we'll do it again. A little bit of breeze, 12 miles an hour, blowing right to left, so the right foul pole to the left foul pole. So if you get it up in the jet stream out to left, it's going to help you. Ground ball should be 2. Steps on the bag for 1. The relay throw, not in time. A nice job there by Jasmine Wakefield to field it cleanly and throw to first just a touch late, but does get the force out.
You're right, Bobby. Great play by the shortstop, Wakefield. Get the lead runner. You got 2 outs. Keep the runner out of scoring position, and now you'll go and try to get the 3rd out here to end the inning.
Yeah, great job there. Pass ball there. First pitch to Davis is going to allow the runner to move up. Lexi Davis in the 3-hole.
We talked about this in the first game. One thing Nashville needs to do is keep runners out of scoring position. Don't have an error like that, a pass ball. Keep the ball in front of you. Keep them off the base path.
That one a called strikes in there. Davis among the team leaders in batting average and on base percentage, hitting .440 on the season. 45 RBIs, which is the team high, and 7 home runs. Also most on the Lady Blazers squad. That one called strike 2 on the outside portion.
It's a good pitch. Just caught the outside corner. If you're Valley View right there, Lexi Davis, hard to really do anything with that pitch. Unfortunately, it was a strike.
On the 1-2, runner on second base, swing and a miss. Davis goes down swinging, a big strikeout for the 2nd out of the inning. And now Macy McJunkins has a chance to get out of the jam.
Great job by McJunkins there too. Obviously, you got a runner on there, 1 out, and able to now get 2 outs, strike someone out, hopefully in the inning.
Anna Wingfield now steps in, runner on second, 2 down. Little flare left side, going to be caught in foul territory. Harley Hill's there to make the play, and that'll do it for the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base after half an inning. Valley View nothing, Nashville coming up as you're watching the Centennial Bank State Softball Championship on Arkansas PBS Sports.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
This month in Passport on the PBS video app.
Of creativity and intelligence that is civilization's greatest gift.
Was outburst of tear gas.
The real story of the March to Selma.
She became aware of the power of television to misinform people.
Maybe a re-examination of what is normal is in order at this
These
point.
and other shows from Arkansas PBS are available with Passport on the PBS video app.
Experience the action all over again next week. Watch the championship games at youtube.com/Arkansas PBS.
Nashville coming up to bat for the first time, so let's take a look at the Scrapperettes lineup. Ashley Chambers going to lead things off. Madison Steele, Ellison Spiner, Emma Hutchinson going to be 1 through 4 in the lineup. Macy McJunkins, Jasmine Wakefield, Ava Reeder, Emily Bailey, and Harley Hill, the starting 9 for the lineup for Nashville. And our first look at the Scrapperettes offense, 26-4 on the season. And Ashley Chambers going to step in first, 361 average on the season, scored 39 runs this year, so she's certainly going to set the table. The first pitch right across the heart of the plates for strike 1.
Like we said earlier, Riley Smith comes in pitching 172 innings, 27-4 record, giving up 41 runs with an ERA of 1.01.
Strikeouts are the name of the game for her as that one's fouled out of play to the right side. 248 strikeouts for Riley Smith in just 172 innings of work. I'm not a math guy, but I know that's more than one, about 1.5 strikeouts per inning. She doesn't want to trust the defense too much. She can, but prefers to get it done herself. Chambers down 0-2, does just get a touch of that one. Going to be a tough play. Play at first. Ball tips off the first baseman glove, goes into right field. We'll have to see that one. That's a ruled an infield hit or an error. Either way, Ashley Chambers is on first to lead off the bottom half of the inning.
It's a great play by the right fielder to be in backup position to keep that runner at first base. She was right in position, and like we talked about earlier, you want to keep runners out of scoring position. So a great job by the right fielder there to back that throw up.
Yeah, great job by Reba. That one's actually ruled an infield single, so we have our first hit of the contest.
And we talked a little bit about Riley Smith. There's a great off-speed pitch. She had her. They just weren't able to throw it with the out.
Yep, slowed down the bat, but got just enough, did Chambers, to put that one in play. Let's take a look at our umpiring crew today. Behind the plate, Jeff Boone. Down the first base line is going to be David Martin. And on the third base side, Jimmy Sharp. 1-0 to Madison Steele. She tries to get a bunt down. That one's fouled off to the right side.
One thing that we know about Riley Smith and have seen so far, she consistently throws strikes. She attacks the strike zone over and over again. Doesn't throw a lot of balls, and that's obvious with the 19 walks and 248 strikeouts on the year.
Yeah, the senior outfielder Steele hitting .356 this year, 10 doubles. That's 5th best on the team. Another turn to bunt. That one can't be handled by the catcher. Ruled a strike, but that ball gets away from the backstop Davis, and that allows the runner Chambers to advance into scoring position.
The catcher there kind of did a double clutch on the throw. It was a great throw. As we watch the replay here, you see that double clutch, and then she goes.
Yeah, that one likely ruled a pass ball. Just didn't handle the delivery from her pitcher. It's a 1-2 count now on Steele. We'll see if she sticks with the bunt or pulls it back and tries to put one in play. She does just that. That one fouled over the first base dugout. We'll do it again.
I think with no outs here, she'll probably, like you said, swing away, try to get a base hit, maybe slap one into right field, score the run from second here. Give the Scrappers a 1-0 lead here, hopefully with no outs.
Smith gets her signal. That one back up the middle. Off the shortstop glove. Ticks into right field. That's going to be the game's first tally. And an RBI single gives Nashville the early 1-0 lead.
Nashville able to score on 2 mistakes by Valley View so far this inning. Big mistakes for Valley View. You can in a state championship game give up small things like that obviously score a run here. So disappointing for Valley View. Great first run for the Scrappers.
Yeah, Nashville takes advantage of what the defense is going to give them there, and Valley View is going to have a meeting of the minds to try to settle things down. You've got a single, a pass ball, a single, and that one ticks into right field because of an error, allows the run to score. So, Derek, what are you telling your team right here to settle down? Obviously, it's the first inning, but you got to rest the nerves.
Calm down. It's 1-0. We got no outs. Let's just attack the strike zone. Let's go after this batter, get an out, then we'll get the next out. Don't try to get 3 outs at one time. You can't do it. Just settle down. We're still in the game. Nothing's wrong. I do know, though, Valley View was concerned about the fans, and that run right now, they're getting rowdy around here, and so you need to get a quick out here. Hopefully, like we've talked about, Riley Smith throws strikes. Just get in there, throw a strike here, get a ground ball out, pop out, and hopefully move this inning forward.
Yep, Spigner steps into play now. Third hitter of the contest, Ellen Spigner, senior, hitting .356 on the season. 4 doubles, driven in 36. She comes up hacking first pitch and flies over the first base dugouts.
Steele is very quick at second, too, so any base hit in the outfield, I think she could definitely score from second.
Yeah, you can see the numbers for the top half of the lineup for Nashville. They can put runs across. They've scored 305 runs on the season. That one fouled off in the box, off of her own foot. Now she's down 0-2.
Luckily, she's got that guard on there. That's never fun to take one off.
Yeah, right off the inside of the ankle.
Like that.
She's done it before. That's why you wear that guard.
That's right.
0-2 pitch. And that one left high, and you can just hear it. This Nashville crowd is just living and breathing with every pitch.
And the good news for Riley Smith, you're ahead in the count, right? You can throw something off the plate right now, hopefully make her chase, just settle in there and make the next pitch.
It's tough not to be aggressive of a pitcher, but sometimes you have to leave the zone, try to get you to chase. That one outside, but deflected up back into the netting. Do the 1-2 pitch one more time. Starting lineup for Nashville hitting .371 as an average.
Quick back, buddy, quick back.
That one roped into left field, but right at the defender. Perfect alignment there by Lauren Mitchell. She makes the play. A loud first out in this first inning.
If you're Valley View, it's got to feel good to get your first out. Yep. Lauren Mitchell settles under the pop-up, plays it perfectly, gets it in, so the runner doesn't go to third, and they've got their first out.
Yep. They did some scouting there. Didn't even have to move. It went right to the left fielder. So that's going to bring up Emma Hutchison, the cleanup hitter. That one taking just a touch high, hitting .500.
I saw that.
It's a limited sample size, 7 doubles, 6 triples, 2 homers, but hitting 35 RBIs. That is what a cleanup hitter is supposed to do. Those numbers are impressive.
That's exactly right. She's got a runner in scoring position. Hopefully she can add to her RBI total.
I don't care what level you're playing or how many games you've played. You're hitting .500. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and it's not 2 swings, right? I mean, it's still, I don't know how many at-bats that is, but it's enough. It's a good sample size.
Yeah, 15 extra base hits, 35 RBIs. That's a sample size big enough. That one fouled away to the right side. Evens the count 1-1. We can see Smith is attacking the zone. She's not backing down from these Nashville hitters. Scrapperette's been able to put on just enough pressure. Got a single. Of course, the error resulted in the run.
Valley View runners up in 2017. That's when they were in the 5A classification.
That one just got a piece of, did Hutchison, fouled straight back.
Talked to Coach before the game. He said, we just expect to be here every year. We just try, obviously it's every team's goal at the end of the year is to make the state championship, but every year Valley View has good softball, and this year they just, the good pitcher like Riley Smith, he said we were able to make it to Benton.
1-2 count on Hutchison. Did she go around? I'm going to say she held up. Even the count at 2 apiece. You mentioned expecting to win. Of course, Nashville does the exact same thing in pretty much every sport across the board. They were able to win the basketball championship, and Coach B.J. Zipfel wants an explanation of why they didn't at least appeal that call. He's just asking for a little help.
And he had a good angle at it, and that's why he's frustrated. He's in the first base dugout, and unfortunately, with only 2 field umpires, the first base umpire's over at second right now. I think he's frustrated, though, because he didn't ask for an appeal, and I know he probably wouldn't have seen much behind second base. But
so Coach Zipfel's conversation with Jeff Boone, the home plate umpire, a brief one.
And that's a big pitch. It's 2-2. That would have been strike 3, and he would have had 2 outs. And it's been hard right now for Valley View to get out of this inning.
Well, especially when you've got a player the quality of Hutchison. If she gives you strike 3 on the check swing, you want to take it. So new life. Hutchison sends a ground ball to second. Easy play there made by Whitlock. It does move the runner up to third. So call that 4-3 in your scorebook, because I know you're scoring at home. Now runner on third.
I will say, going back to that play real quick, it is hard for an umpire to watch that pitch and then the bat. And you want him to watch the pitch because he's supposed to have help down both lines. So that is a hard pitch to call there.
So Macy Majunkin steps in. The Nashville pitcher. That one fouled off to the right side. Majunkin steps in.
Bobby, have you noticed there's only one player batting under 200 in this lineup for Nashville.
379 is Majunkins, 11 doubles, 2 triples, 5 homers, driven in 36.
Talked to Coach Boomer Brown before the game, and he said, I honestly feel like 1 through 9, we can get a hit. He said, you're not going to walk around it. You're not going to pitch around anybody. We can hit the ball 1 through 9.
Yeah, you saw Coach Boomer Brown there in the third base box. You can't miss him. He's the one wearing the orange long sleeves when it's 90 degrees on the turf.
He was out parking cars before the game.
That one, an 0-2 pitch, misses high, runs the count to 1-2 on Majunkins.
You know, you think about it, it's a pretty unique color. There aren't tons of orange schools in Arkansas.
Yeah, and the majority of them that who are orange are in the Class 4A.
That's right.
You got Warren, you've got Gravett. 1-2 count, fouled off to the right side, and that one gets out of play. I mean, we could go down this rabbit hole. Little Rock Hall's got orange, but we don't need to list every school. But you're exactly right. Orange is a very rare color.
And you're a mascot guy. I don't think we have any other scrappers.
The scrappers are one of a kind. There are not many standoff mascots and logos in the country, but the scrappers are certainly one. I went to a high school that was orange and black, but that was in a different state, so we won't talk about it.
Doesn't count.
Ground ball is short. The play for Wakefield. The throw is there in time. And a big third out as Riley Smith and this Lady Blazers defense gets out of the inning, but not before Nashville gets on the board. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left. We are through 1, and Nashville leads it 1-0 as you're watching the Centennial Bank State Softball Championship on Arkansas PBS Sports.
1, 2, 3, turn up! What's going on in here? Let's go!
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Bank of Fayetteville share the mission of Arkansas PBS to enrich and empower all Arkansans. Community, dignity, respect. That's what Me Banking is all about. More at mebanking.com.
Download the Arkansas PBS Engage app to get all the numbers during the live game. Bobby, that's what I watch during the game is live stats, and hopefully you at home can watch them too.
You find so much more information in a box score. Even the casual fan can pretty much decipher how a game went by just watching the stats. So you can do it along with us. Top of the second, Valley View trailing Nashville 1-0 as Amara Wright takes strike 1 over the inside portion of the plate. Amara, 370 on the season, on base percentage of over 530. That one swinging and a miss, took a little off, did Majunkins, pulled the string with the changeup.
We talked about her pitches earlier. Fastball, drop ball, rise ball, changeup. She said every once in a while she'll throw a curve in there.
0-2 count. Swing and a miss. 3 straight pitches, 3 straight strikes. And an impressive start to the second frame for Majunkins.
Great 3 strikes there from Macy McJunkins. Get the first out of the inning.
That one off the plate. Got right to chase it. Her second strikeout of the contest. Caroline Prestige steps in now. That one, you see the late movement there. That's great camera work there. You can just see the late movements, and that one tailing inside on the right-handed hitter. There's nothing Caroline could do with it. Prestige hitting 250. That one driven down the left field line, but hooking foul. That third base dugout's in the way. I've asked them to move it back, but apparently it's in the grounds. They can't do that.
They'll work on it for next year for you, Bobby.
Once again, McJunkin gets ahead in the count. I like the aggressiveness, though, of Prestige. You're facing a pitcher who's throwing nothing but strikes. Try to attack early. That one well short, bounces in front of the plate. Stopped by Emily Bailey behind the dish.
Carolina, 22 hits on this season.
All right, the line drive right at Harley Hill, the third baseman, and she snags it for the second out.
Great play by Hill. Right off the bat, saw it, stuck her glove up and made the catch for out number 2.
They call it the hot corner for a reason. That one laced off the bat by Prestige, but Hill able to reach above her head, make the catch. And the second out of the inning brings up Sophie Newberry. Newberry takes that one high. 300 even average for Newberry, 13 RBIs this year, 6 extra base hits. That one misses just outside as well, so Newberry ahead in the count, 2-0.
That's one thing Valley View's done is jumped on some early pitches, got ahead in the count. It's a good job here to get ahead 2-1.
Yeah, laying the foundation. You may not be able to push across a few runs the first time through the lineup, but you see a number of pitches. Put a little pressure on the pitching staff and the defense. Hope to break through your second time around.
In our Taylor Westside game earlier, wait for this pitch.
That one outside.
You know, it was a close game for the first 3 or 4 innings, and it seems like the more at bats, the more times they got to see the pitcher, they started to take advantage of it. So it'll be interesting to see in this game which team starts to take advantage after they've seen the pitcher a few times.
That one laced into left field, and that one's down for a hit. Newberry makes the big turn. She's in standing up on second base with the double. And now Valley View's got a little 2-out rally going.
Great 2-out double for Newberry. Hitting it left field, right down the line. And now Valley View has a runner in scoring position.
That's a great look at it there. Barrel on the ball, just hooks that one down the left field line. You see the umpire signal that one was well within the line. And Newberry, bottom of third of the order, trying to get Valley View on the board. Grace Butler going to step in now. Butler hitting .340 on the season.
That's big if you can get production from your 7, 8, 9 hitters. Maybe Valley View can get tie the game here. 7, 8, 9 would be huge with 2 outs.
Butler has just 6 RBIs, and what an opportune time to add number 7 here in the 4A state championship game. That one just off the outside edge of the plate, evens the count at 1-1.
Great take by Butler there. Don't swing at any garbage. Take your time, stay patient, wait for your pitch.
They're in at third. A little check swing. That one flared over the shortstop head. Gets down there. Going to send the runner home. Going to be at the plate. Throw is cut off, and Valley View has battled back and tied this game at 1.
Like we talked about, Grace Butler, 8-hole hitter. Nice flare into left field. Ties the game. Like the aggressive base running. Coach sent him from the beginning. You got to send him. You got to get tied. 2 outs. 9-hole hitter up. Sender wasn't even close.
Yeah, a little, excuse me, check swing by Butler, but got just over the head of the shortstop. And you saw when the ball landed there, Newberry was taken off on contact. She knew there was 2 outs, and she was off on first contact and scores easily. As that pitch is over for a strike against Lauren Mitchell.
We saw earlier today great base running. It seemed the team that had their head in the game, that were always prepared. You know, always making the other team think, are we stealing, are we not stealing? It was a huge advantage later in the game.
And Mitchell fouls that one off to the right side, so she's quickly in the hole 0-2. 270 hitter is Lauren Mitchell. 10 RBIs, 6 triples on the season. That's most on the team. Valley View's battled to tie it. Can they take a lead? That one popped up left side. Going to be a tough play, and that one lands in the netting over by the Nashville dugout. Harley Hill gave chase, but couldn't get there in time. Hill at third, Campbell at first are playing even with the bag defensively. That one popped up right side, going right to the second baseman Spiner. She makes the catch, and the inning is over. But not before Valley View pushes one across thanks to the RBI single from Sophie Newberry. After 1.5, we are tied at 1 as you're watching the Centennial Bank State Softball Championship on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Can you see her greatness? When you attend her games, when you cheer her on, or when you participate in any way, you support your community and make it better, and you will see her greatness. Join us as we pledge to increase the visibility of women's sports in our communities. It makes a difference when we all are involved. At Everett Buick GMC, we proudly support our local female athletes and encourage you to do the same. See her greatness.
We never gonna stop. We never gonna stop.
Get your live action photos from the game at myarpbs.org/photos. Grab a free download, have prints made. These are great championship keepsakes.
Tipping the cap to the photographers there, standing in the proper spaces. Make sure they're out of the field to play, not in danger.
I don't know if you've seen some of KIDS. I know from football and basketball, great photos, and they give those out for free. So it's a great.
Nashville coming up, bottom of the second inning. This one tied at a run apiece. 6, 7, 8 in the lineup. Jasmine Wakefield swings and misses at strike one.
How big was that run there for Riley Smith, right? We had a mound visit in the first inning, calm everybody down. She's able to come back with a brand new ball game tied 1-1.
Just mentally, and you mentioned the Nashville crowd, how much of an impact they can have on the contest, just to get to kind of even things up early in this contest, as that one's flared down the left field line and foul. Just that momentum, the confidence of tying the game up is just huge.
Some great two-out hitting too.
Yeah,
we did a lot of that with 2 outs there in the top half of the second.
So Wakefield hits 406 on the season, 11 doubles, 29 RBIs, scored a team-high 43 runs. That one also fouled all the way on the left side.
Smith attacking the zone like we talked about, throwing strikes. Great job battling right now for Wakefield. Just keeps fouling them off, staying in there.
Just live to see another pitch. That's the idea. You got to shorten up with 2 strikes. You can see her choke up on the bat just a touch. That one chopped to third. Gonna be a tough play. Prestige, nice strong throw and guns down the runner. What a nice play by Carolyn Prestige at third for the first out of the inning.
First inning, saw a couple errors like that. That inning, she's able to clean it, field it cleanly, and throw it over first for out number 1.
A nice strong throw there from Prestige. That's why she's in third. Have a reader. Steps in now. Where's number 16? 407 batting average on the season. 10 doubles, 31 RBIs on the season. Ava takes ball 1. Again, a battery for Valley View. Riley Smith's in the circle. Lexi Davis behind the plate. The 1-0 pitch is fouled straight back. The Reader was trying to check her swing there. Couldn't quite commit to it.
Nashville very senior heavy. This team has 7 seniors starting today. Eva being one of those.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Took a little off there, did Riley Smith. The Reader just did what she could to poke that one down the left field line, foul. Corners are in for the Valley View defense. Outfielders playing pretty shallow for Reader. That one swung and a miss. Left the zone there, up and away did Riley Smith. Got Reader to chase it, and that's her first strikeout of the contest.
Great fastball by Smith there. She went high, caught her swinging for out number 2. Valley View a lot more efficient this inning, working very quickly with 2 outs.
You mentioned how often she attacks the zone, and let's look at the foul ball in the previous play, but that time Riley Smith goes up and out of the zone. Get her chase even farther out, got the punch out. So 2 down now for Emily Bailey. Bailey takes one right across the middle of the plate. Top half of the zone, if you will.
Valley View 1 for 7, excuse me. Nashville 1 for 7 so far. Batting 143 as a team.
371 on the season coming into it. That one on the inside corner, called strike 2. So Bailey has watched 2 go by. Has to be a little more aggressive now, will Emily. 429. It's the bottom half of the order for Nashville. It's amazing. 429, 13 doubles, 4 home runs. That's second most on the Scrapperettes roster. That one outside, 1-2.
Way to work the zone. We've seen 2 strikes from Riley. They're one up and away there. Tried to see if she'd go fish for it, and she didn't. Great eye there for Bailey.
Riley Smith trying to set down Nashville in order. That one lined down to first off the first baseman's glove, but they rally back. Nice job by Mackenzie Whitlock to back up the play. Flips it over to Newberry, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. So call that one a 3-4-3 putout. And the inning is over. We're 1-1 after 2 as you're watching the Centennial Bank Softball Championship on Arkansas PBS Sports.
This month in Passport on the PBS video app.
I'm sorry.
Too late. She loves her job.
She loves you too. Introduce my dear friend, Miss Lamb.
Did I notice you smile? Certainly not.
Downton is catching up with the times we live in.
This calls for a toast. These and other shows from Arkansas PBS are available with Passport on the PBS video app.
My name is Al Lopez, Papa Rap in the house. I live in Northwest Arkansas via Puerto Rico. Been here since 1994, desde 94. And really, Arkansas PBS is the one that has taught me about this great community that we have here. Wonderful, beautiful, so much programming, tanta programación for children, for grown-ups, porque es el canal de Arkansas. This is a real Arkansas channel.
Join the baseball and softball conversation on social media with hashtag ARPBSSports. Beautiful day here in Benton. Beautiful complex. Baseball, softball, and soccer all going on this weekend. We've got baseball to our left. Soccer to our left at the football stadium. Baseball behind us. All connects. Makes for a great atmosphere for state championships.
Back to the top of the lineup for Valley View is Izzy Riba. Takes a called strike. She walked to lead off the contest, but was forced out at second base. There's a good look at the crowd there. There's nobody left in Nashville. Riva can't slow down the bat enough for that one. The changeup fooled her. 0-2 in the count.
Nashville also state girls basketball champions this year. We got to see that in March. Finish this play real quick.
Strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. 3 pitches, and Riba is set down.
Talked to Coach. There is not one player that plays on the softball team and the girls basketball team.
That's wild.
So many athletes are in Nashville playing 2 state championships.
Of course, they knocked off Farmington before a girls championship. Now they're trying to take down Valley View in the softball title. So Mackenzie Whitlock takes strike 1. Whitlock fouls that one straight back, and we're wasting no time as Macy McJunkins.
McJunkins has been very efficient now. I think 2 out of the 3 innings that she's pitched, she's just strike, out. Yeah,
5 pitches in this inning, 5 strikes. Let's see if she can go 6 for 6 here. That one flared to the left side. Nice throw there by the third baseman Hill. Guns down, 6 strikes, 2 outs.
Talked to McJunkins before the game. She said, I trust my defense. And right there you can see why. Great play by the third baseman Hill and a great stretch by Campbell at first base as we watch the replay here. Stretches, goes low, makes the catch for out number 2.
Been really impressed so far by the play of Harley Hill at third. She caught a liner, caught a pop-up, now gunned down a runner at first. 2 down now for Lexi Davis as she steps in.
I think the first inning for McJunkins was at 6 pitches, I think she had, is what we heard. I mean, she is very efficient today.
Lexi Davis again hitting .440 on the season. Swing and a miss. She struck out in the first and now on the brink of doing so again here in the third. You can see that the nerves have certainly left McJunkins, and she is just attacking the zone. That one lines between the gap and right and center, and Davis is going to have herself a double. We'll see if she makes the wide turn, and she's coming for 3. The relay throw going to be there, but not in time. A triple for Lexi Davis.
Great job by the outfielders. Chase after the ball and get it in quickly, but great base running by Lexi Davis. Fast, efficient, like you said. She turned from second. She knew she was going to third. A great triple with 2 outs. And we'll just see now if Valley View and Winkfield can get an RBI and give Valley View their first lead of the game.
Anna Winkfield steps in. Now she calls for time, and that triple by Davis was certainly aided by the playing surface. That hit the grass, the artificial turf in the outfield, and just shot all the way to the wall. Winkfield's big swing and a miss there. The changeup had her way out in front.
If you've never been on turf, ever played on turf, you don't know, but it is very fast. That ball just ricochets off, like you said, and if you're not on top of that and you're not running towards that ball, it can get behind you real quick.
Yeah, you've got to adjust your angles in which you attack the ball rolling across the grass, and there's a good look at it. It may look like dirt. It's not. It is turf from the backstop to the outfield wall. Winkfield, a little flare over the shortstop head. It gets down, and Valley View's got a lead.
Just what we talked about. Winkfield, nice blooper into shallow left center field, gives Valley View their first lead. How big Lexi Davis's triple was, though.
Yeah, all this
the ball in play, a sharp hit, line drive to the left side. The right side of the infield, all the way to the outfield. She now gives Valley View their first lead of the game.
Yep, she ropes the triple into the gap, but now twice we've seen Valley View with a little blooper over the shortstop's head that's produced the 2 runs for the Lady Blazers.
You know, in the first inning, we saw Riley Smith get a little ruffled, had to calm everything down. Macy McJunkins working very efficiently here to start the inning. Had a little hiccup now with that triple. We'll see if she can get out of the inning.
And there, Wright fouls that one back, and she's quickly in the hole 0-2. And we've said that quite a few times, Derek. You know, both these pitchers have worked from ahead in the count the majority of the time, but you got to be able to finish it off. These two pitchers have relied on the strikeout all season, and these 2 lineups not going down quietly. Liner right towards the second baseman, Spigner, and she makes the play, and that'll do it for the inning. But not before Valley View strikes back for the second straight frame. They push one across, and the Lady Blazers take a 2-1 lead, headed to the bottom half of the third as you're watching the Centennial Bank State Softball Championship on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Sports is so important to this state and the fabric of the state, and I appreciate Arkansas PBS doing all the state title games, and that makes it available for not just the fans in Central Arkansas, South Arkansas, but fans around the entire state. I can only think of the kids in small towns, and this is the biggest moment maybe in their sports careers, and they have that keepsake of having that game on TV to have with them the rest of their lives.
Thanks, George. Appreciate it. At Big Red Stores, we're always proud to sponsor, support, and partner up with many events and activities throughout the community. Among them, high school championships throughout the state of Arkansas. At Big Red Stores, our team members are always ready to assist you to make your visit with us a pleasant one. And at Big Red Stores, we recognize that none of our support or ability to serve the community is possible without you. That's why at Big Red Stores, you're always the MVP of the Big Red team. Big Red Stores, now more convenient than ever.
Every year we recognize outstanding Arkansas student athletes who've made a mark in the classroom as well as on the field. In the 4A classification, we're spotlighting Megan Woodmansey from Gravett High School. She's a left field senior, a grade point average of 3.62. She plans to go to NWAC to become a certified retail analyst program. So congratulations to Megan for outstanding career on the field and in the classroom.
Was your GPA 3.62 or higher?
In high school it was.
Was it?
Yeah. But then again, it was, you know, my high school wasn't exactly the most difficult.
Are they accredited in Oklahoma?
They are. First pitch of the inning ruled high as Harley Hill steps in for our first at bats.
We've talked about both these pitchers, McJunkins and Smith, how efficient they are, how they attack the strike zone. Something I think both of them, though, could probably work on is like we talked about, attacking outside of the zone, making them swing and miss. Now she's behind 2-0, but how do I make how do I make a hitter know that, hey, this might not be a strike that I can swing at?
Yeah, it's almost a disadvantage that you're so accurate off the mound. You like to attack the strike zone, but got to keep the hitters guessing. That one splits the plate. As Hill was taking all the way. She's still ahead in the count, 2-1.
It's a good pitch. Got knee high, Like you said, though, I think Hill was taking the whole time.
Harley Hill, just a freshman, hitting .324 on the season, 8 RBIs. Swings through that one, and nice job by the Valley View pitcher, Riley Smith, to battle back and evens the count at 2.
6 seniors starting for Nashville today. Like you said, 1 freshman, Hill, who's up now, the third baseman.
Hill swings right through that one, so after being ahead in the count 2-0, 3 straight strikes from Smith gets her to go down. Second strikeout of the contest for Smith. That's going to flip the lineup over for Nashville, and the leadoff hitter, Ashley Chambers, going to step in.
Chambers got things started for Nashville in that first inning with a single. See if she can get another hit here and get something started for the Scrappers, maybe tie the game here in the bottom half of the third inning.
Chambers grounds out to second. Easy play there for Whitlock. Flip over to first. 1 pitch on the at-bats. Second out of the inning.
We talk about the first inning fluster for Valley View. Well, they've been really good in the field since. After those first few errors that cost them a run, they have really tightened up, and they're playing really good defense behind Riley Smith.
Yep, it's just playing on this stage is nerve-wracking, and if you've never played in a state championship game, you really don't understand. Just the feel, the buzz around the ballpark is completely different than anything you've played in before.
To your point, I know we both work for the Arkansas Activity Association. Something that I always say with state championships, it's the biggest game that these student athletes will probably ever play in, most of them. And so it's why we do TV, right? To make this a big deal for them, because it's a huge stage they're playing on.
Yep, Steele grounds 1 to short. Wakefield with the flip and a 1-2-3 inning, and 8 straight have been retired now by Riley Smith. The Valley View pitcher settling in. We are through 3 complete. Lady Blazers lead at 2-1 as you're watching the Centennial Bank State Softball Championship on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Hey, I'm Rick Steves. You know, I don't go anywhere without my passport. Thanks to PBS Passport, you can watch all my travel specials. This exclusive streaming service is just for our members. Not only can you see all my shows, but you can see thousands of hours of your favorite public television shows. Become a member today.
Since 1976, McCormick Equipment Rental and Sales has been equipping Arkansans for the tough jobs, construction equipment and rentals, service and sales, and a proud underwriter of Arkansas PBS Sports.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
Let me take you for a ride on the baseline.
It's primary time in Arkansas, and Arkansas PBS provides election coverage you can trust. Tune in for live primary results and analysis Tuesday, May 24th, beginning at 7 p.m. I think the last day to vote, Bobby, is Tuesday, I believe.
That's right. Caroline Prestage steps in. She lined out to short her first time up. That one taken just low, and she gets ahead in the count. 2-1's our score. We have entered the middle innings here in the 4A State Softball Championship game. That one popped up on the right side. Spigner, the second baseman, camps under it and makes the easy play.
We talked about Valley View getting flustered. Last inning kind of happened in Nashville there. Gave up a run with 2 outs. Had a really good 2 efficient 1-2 outs, and then the third one just could not get. Valley View had some great hits, a triple, an RBI. See if this inning maybe they can go 1-2-3 and get back their bats and see if they can't tie this game up.
Sophie Newberry steps in. She doubled her first tying up. And Junkins misses outside with that first pitch.
That was actually, they called it a strike. It's on the outside corner.
Oh, yeah. Delayed call, or I just jumped the gun, one or the other.
No, both. Well, we were talking about that the other day. The delayed call.
It'll get
crazy.
if you're used to watching baseball, then all of a sudden you watch softball. The ball strike call is much more delayed.
And we were talking to Don Brodell the other day, and I said, "Why do they do that?" And he goes, "That's the way they're trained." And so I don't know if it's just a softball thing or what, but Yeah, it's like a 3-second. You gotta finish strong to get the call.
Swing and a miss there, evens the count. 2-2. McJunkins blew that one right there. Newberry again doubled and scored back in the second.
Junkins 51 pitches. She struck out 3, walked 1, giving up 2 earned runs.
Newberry able to stay just alive, caught just a piece of that one, fouled it straight back. Newberry, 6 doubles now on the season, 24 base hits. 25 not going to come here. Hill's throw to first, gets her in time, grounds out to third base, and a quick 2 outs here in the 4th inning.
Great job by Hill. That pitch was low, like we talked about. Attack outside the zone, make them swing at junk. Low pitch in the turf there. She golfs it over to third base. A great play by the first baseman Campbell there for out number 2.
Yeah, Newberry had to protect with 2 strikes, goes out of the zone. It does ground out. Now Grace Butler steps in. She singled and drove in a run in the 2nd inning. She flipped it right over the shortstop, Wakefield's head. And drove in the first run of the contest for the Lady Blazers. That one misses up and outside, 2-0.
Bailey trying to frame that outside pitch. Yeah. She tried to bring it in, but it's a good call for ball 2.
That one right back up the middle. McJunkins knocks it down. She's not going to even attempt to throw to first. An infield single for Butler. She's 2 for 2.
That's a tough play. Right back at you. You're trying to defend yourself. You're trying to figure out where the ball is. Great job, though, to recover and not let that ball go out to the outfield.
Yep. You can see it there. McJunkins just enough of it to knock it down, but it skips far enough away just outside the circle. She was not going to gun down the speedy Butler, and really a smart decision, not even attempt to throw. Don't risk the air and allow a runner to get into scoring position with 2 outs.
Here Valley View comes with 2 outs again, runner on.
Lauren Mitchell, she comes up swinging, but also comes up empty. She popped out the second, her first time up.
Five hits to Nashville's 1.
That one misses low. Look at the on-base percentage allowed against Mason McJunkins this year, just 131. Valley View doing much better than that here in the middle innings. Runner's going to go as Butler tries to steal second. Throw not in time, and Grace Butler's got herself into scoring position.
Great base running. We talked about it earlier. Aggressive base running, getting a runner in scoring position is a good throw, but
I've always liked when teams are more aggressive with 2 outs because you can always just come back to let that batter finish in the next inning or try to spark something now. Get that runner into scoring position. Mitchell swings and misses through that one. A hearty hack.
Grace Butler's very fast, too, as we just saw her steal second. She's got a lot of speed, so a base hit here could score her from second base. We talked about the experience of Nashville. Valley View is starting 2 freshmen.
Chopper right back into McJunkins. Hey, look what I found. And easy flip to first, and she gets herself out of the inning. A hard hit ball goes for naught for Mitchell. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on. Bottom of the 4th coming up. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Softball Championship on Arkansas PBS Sports.
There's well over 2,000 Arkansas rice farms. 96% of them are family owned and operated.
It's all about building community.
The results we've been seeing have been very promising.
I grew up watching the farm, knowing every detail about it.
If you take care of the soil will take care of you.
It helps us to give back to the land and make sure that it's going to be there for future generations.
Every community has a story to tell, and if somebody will tell it, it'll be interesting.
You know, I think sports are really big to a lot of people, and because it's an important part of our fabric and our community, And the one good thing about what I've seen is it's high quality production. You know, you think of the small communities all over Arkansas, it's a big deal that they can turn on the TV or DVR or whatever and know they're going to get a quality product. And so I think it just expands the focus of what PBS is doing. You know, Arkansas PBS is doing a great job, and I think it's part of education.
Did you know fans can see the live game stats before we do? Download the Arkansas PBS Engage app to get all the numbers during the live game.
The first inning was a little slow moving, but this one's starting to pick up. Bottom of the fourth, Valley View leading Nashville 2-1. It's the 4A softball state championship game here from the Benton Athletic Complex. That's Derek Walter, Bobby Swafford here on the call. Appreciate you tuning in to Arkansas PBS. It's been an action-packed weekend all weekend long. Of course, we're nowhere near done. Another day and a half of championship games left. First pitch to Spigner, called strike.
Spigner, her first time up, flew up to left field. See if she can't get something started for Nashville here, the bottom of the fourth.
It's a busy day for Valley View here in the central part of the state. That one flared to the right side, just foul. Couldn't keep that one inside the first base foul line. Valley View's girls played in the 4A State Soccer Championship at 10 o'clock this morning. They fell to Pulaski Academy 2-0. And coming up next, you can watch it right here on Arkansas PBS, the Blazers baseball squad playing for a 4A championship. It's going to be blue and gold aplenty as they're taking on the Goblins of Harrison. That first pitch at 7 o'clock tonight right here on Arkansas PBS. That one forces Spigner back off the plate.
Lucky for our viewers, we get to listen to you again.
I don't know if
the
they're
call on that one.
I don't know if they're lucky or what.
You and RJ Hawk have the call.
Well, they can listen to RJ more than they can listen to myself. I'll try to temper my talk of Blazers and things and Goblins.
There you go.
That one tried to pull the string, did Riley Smith, but short-armed it a touch. That one bounces up to the plate. Count is now even.
Great job here to even the count at 2-2. Stay in there. Got to get something going for Nashville here. Really try to get the crowd back into it, like we talked about. Get their
Spigner man. That grounds out to Whitlock. She makes the flip to first. An easy out to start the inning. Spigner now 0 for 2. It's going to bring up Emma Hutchison.
She's 0 for 2, and the Scrappers are 1 for 12. .083 average today. And like you said, overall, their batting average as a team way up there.
371 is a whole lot higher than, as you just mentioned, below 100 now.
They're 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position.
A timely hit. Those are crucial. Smith. There's one across the plate for a strike.
How quickly things changed, too. After that first inning, it looked like Nashville was about to just run away. And now Valley View settled in and has really pitched well. Kept the Scrappers from really any hits since that first inning.
Yeah, Hutchison fouls that one away. Now 0-2 in the count. The one thing that Nashville has been able to do, they did trail at 2-1, and they've only gotten one hit in the contest, but they're putting the ball in play. They've only struck out twice against a pitcher who struck out 250 on the season. So they're at least putting it in play, putting the pressure on the Valley View defense. Now they got to try to find a hole. That one. A little looper to the first baseman, and Sophie Newberry there to make the easy catch, and just like that, 2 are down.
Not getting great contact, though, right now. Like you said, they've been little just dinkers, hit off the bad part of the bat. That one jammed her right there. Great pitch. Just hasn't been the type of hitting that Nashville's looking for. So we'll see if Junkins, the pitcher, can get it done.
You can see the late movement on that pitch there for Riley Smith. Just dies on the hands of a right-handed hitter. And Hutchison can't get the hands inside. And as you mentioned, jams herself. Strike one to Macy McJunkins. Pitcher-on-pitcher crime here.
We talked about her. She is going to play at SAU next year.
Junkins 379 on the season. 18 extra base hits, but now she's going to have to shorten up if she's falling behind on the count 0-2.
Home plate umpire Jeff Boone's called that all day. He's called that outside corner of that plate. He's been consistent.
That's all you ask for out of the umpiring crew. As long as you're consistent, we can live with it. 0-2 pitch. That one lined back up the middle, and McJunkins has got a 2-out single to center.
Junkins pitching, and now she's hitting. Great piece of hit in there. Down 0-2. Able to get in there and smack it into center field for a base hit.
We saw Valley View rally back with 2 outs and push a run across, and now Nashville are going to try to do the same. And if they can, Jasmine Wakefield's going to be the one to do so and possibly tie this contest up.
Well, we talked about it. Just have not been getting the barrel of the bat on the ball, and that McJunkins was able to do it there. And it looks like we might have a substitution. Number 7.
So Wakefield steps into the plate. She grounded out to third her first time up. We got a courtesy runner over there at first. That's what the substitution was.
Number 12.
Wakefield fouls one straight back.
Worthington.
Nancy Worthington, sophomore. Going to be the courtesy runner for the pitcher. For those unfamiliar with the softball game, a pitcher and a catcher can both get a courtesy runner. As many times as they get on base, it's supposed to speed up the game, allow them to get out to the field a little quicker.
Does not count against you. You can, like you said, do it as many times as you want.
Also, a day as warm as it is today. As that one fly to shallow left field. Mitchell's there, makes the catch near the line. Out number 3 recorded. And Nashville can't take advantage of the 2-out single. So we are through 4. Valley View leading it 2-1. Stick around as you're watching the Centennial Bank State Softball Championship on Arkansas PBS Sports.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car to your first home to your first child and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
This month on Arkansas PBS.
Come explore Colombia, wild and free.
Discovering the secret life of bees took me on a journey I was not expecting.
Take a closer look at this miracle of nature.
Actually scaly skin.
Dinosaur apocalypse.
Can newly uncovered footage offer clues?
Well, I've never seen it.
Only on Arkansas PBS.
Love watching the state finals on Arkansas PBS. Text Sports to 501-491-0444 to donate $10 to Arkansas PBS Sports. Bobby, it takes a lot to put these games on. I know behind the scenes we have people in trucks, people in the stands, people out on scaffolding, working cameras in the outfield. Takes a lot to put these games on.
Reba takes strike 1 in her 3rd plate appearance. She walked back in the 1st, struck out in the 3rd, and I think those are the ones who need the tip of the cap. Those photographers baking in the sun, the camera operators down the 1st and 3rd base lines. Big shout out to the entire Arkansas PBS crew for battling the elements because it is warm, especially on that playing surface. I felt bad for one guy yesterday who was wearing the Birkenstock sandals, and you could see just the skin between the straps was baking. That bunt's laid down, nicely done there. Izzy Reba going to reach first, a well-placed bunt. She's got herself a leadoff single to start the 5th.
You know, Hill was up in position, but that bunt just went right to her left, and she wasn't able to make the play. And a base hit for Reba.
Yep, just between the pitcher and the 3rd baseman. Hill couldn't get over and make the play in time. Not sure she would have gunned down the speedy Reba in the first place, even if she had made the play. Now a bunt, that one's popped up. A nice diving play made by Bailey, the catcher. She collides with Hill, able to maintain possession of the ball. And what a play, and Hill's a little slow to get up.
I don't know how she held on to that ball. They collided. I'm sure we'll see the replay here shortly. Great play by the catcher, though. Obviously, the Hill got the raw end of the deal there. Ooh, head on helmet.
Yeah.
Hopefully she's okay.
Yep, she's She's tough. She's a hockey player. She's back out there. But what an athletic play from Bailey to pop up out of her crouch to make the diving play. It's a good look at Harley Hill, the freshman third baseman for Nashville. She's going to stay out there. So one down. Valley View unable to move the runner over into scoring position for Lexi Davis. She tripled back in the third and came around to score. That one.
Going back to that play, it's hard enough to come from the position of catcher to dive after that, but then to have a big hockey mask on and to find the ball and catch it and hold on to it when a player hits you. Remarkable play there by Bailey.
Davis 0-1. Now she's behind on the count 0-2.
I think Junkins needs to just settle in, see if she can't get out number 2 here to run her on.
Lexi Davis, 440 average on the season. 1 for 2 today. That time she goes down swinging for the second time in the contest, and a huge second out of the inning as McJunkins gets another punch out.
4 strikeouts for McJunkins on the day. This one comes at a huge time to get 2 outs. Nashville really can't afford to give up any more runs right now. Great piece of hit.
Yep, elevates that one up and out of the zone and gets Davis the chase. Winkfield swinging first pitch, and on his fly ball, easily corralled in by Ava Reeder in left, and that's leadoff single goes for naught. We are headed to the home half of the 5th. Valley View still leads it 2-1. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Softball Championship on Arkansas PBS Sports.
I think it's important for Arkansas PBS to have sports because it provides sports on a greater platform to the entire community. And it also gives people in various other communities an opportunity to see other schools and other athletes and to have a greater appreciation for not just their own community, but the sports that are available across the state of Arkansas. There are so many lessons that sports provides, and it's one of the reasons why it's so important to the next generation of athletes coming up.
Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Bank of Fayetteville share the mission of Arkansas PBS to enrich and empower all Arkansans. Community, dignity, respect. That's what Me Banking is all about. More at mebanking.com.
Since 1976, McCormick Equipment Rental and Sales has been equipping Arkansans for the tough jobs, construction equipment and rentals, service and sales, and a proud underwriter of Arkansas PBS Sports.
Blueberry, Max, and their friends are back this summer for an all-new season of Blueberry's Clubhouse, beginning July 8th, only on Arkansas PBS.
The senior Ava Reeder going to lead off the bottom of the fish for the Scrapperettes. 407 average, 10 doubles, 31 RBIs, but can she get it going here? 0 for 1 on the day. It's the second time she's stepped up to the plate here in the bottom of the 5th. Only 2 hits for Nashville.
Reeder struck out her first at bat. Nashville really needs to get something started here. Hopefully Reeder can do it for them.
That one up and out of the zone. Reeder doesn't have the tallest frame, so the strike zone a little smaller. Doesn't affect her hitting, though. I mentioned the batting average. It's north of 400. In a sport that 30% is considered successful. Takes that one as a strike. Might have been taken all the way, just trying to distract the pitcher, Smith. Riley not affected, and she really has settled in, Derek, and retired 10 of the last 11, it looks like, if my math is correct.
She's at 58 pitches. She gave up 2 hits, 1 run, 2 strikeouts so far.
Shows bunt there. That one a called strike on the outside portion.
After that first inning, she has really settled in. Both pitchers working ahead in the count, it seems like most of the game. She's up 1-2 here.
11 of 12 she has sat down since that rough start. Just got a piece of that, did Reeder. Nice job just to flip the bat out there and get a touch of it. He stays alive. Just a good look at Riley Smith. The strikeout numbers have not been there. Only 2 strikeouts on the contest, but she's relied upon her defense and not a lot of hard hit balls by this Nashville team as of yet. That one flipped over to the left side and into the netting.
That's exactly right. A lot of just little dinks off bad parts of the bat. Really haven't gotten the barrel of the bat on anything and gotten any good solid hits. So Nashville's going to get back in this and tie it, take the lead. They're really going to have to get the bats rolling.
1-2 pitch. That one again fouled off to the left side. Solid at bat here by Ava Reeder.
The 7-hole senior here trying to get something going.
Emily Bailey, Harley Hill are due up next. Picture perfect day weather-wise as Reeder steps out. Just a little bit of a breeze to make it bearable, but it is warm.
I think it's a little cooler than it was yesterday. We had our second great day of softballs. That one's fouled off. Yesterday we saw Tuckerman beat East Poinsett County 6-2. Then we saw Bentonville defeat Cabot in the 6A championship 3-1. This morning we saw Taylor beat West Sagers Ferry 9-1.
We've seen a little bit of everything. Bentonville wins a back-to-back championship, as did Tuckerman, but Bentonville got the benefit of one hit last night. That one slaps the left side. Nice play by the third baseman, Prestige, and again she shows off the right arm and guns down a Reeder with time to spare.
Great play by Prestige there. Field it cleanly and throw a rocket over to first as we see it right here. Great throw.
She has got a cannon attached to her right shoulder.
Riley Smith definitely just pitching to her defense at this point. Not a lot of strikeouts, like you said, just trusting her defense to do the work for her.
It's easy to do when they make plays like that. And in steps Emily Bailey, grounded out. Kind of an odd play, but grounded out to the right side. Back in the second, fouls that one back. Now, if you flash back to the second, that was one that deflected off the first baseman to the second baseman. That was then flipped back to the first baseman.
Ooh, that one hit off her mask.
That's why you wear the face gear. Home plate umpire checking with her. Jeff Boone having the conversation with the catcher, Lexi Davis.
It's one person that knows how it feels. His home plate umpire taking off the mask.
Yep. There's the sympathy, and you've got empathy, and those two can definitely empathize with each other. A 1 pitch. Inside portion of the plate, says it caught just enough of it. And now Bailey's down on an 0-2 hole. Emily Bailey, sophomore for Nashville.
Only 2 hits so far for Nashville. See if they can't get something going.
Bailey sends a chopper to short. Winkfield makes the play. Nice strong throw. Newberry with the streps, and 2 down here in the 5th. You're exactly right, Derek. You mentioned the defense is putting in the work today. And a lot of times, especially when you've had a pitcher with as many strikeouts as Smith has, it's easy to fall asleep. But tonight, she's relying on the defensive unit, and they're making plays.
The keys for her to start of the game: consistently throw strikes, pitch to her defense. She'll give her team a chance to win. That's what she's done so far.
That's a blueprint of success, and she is matching it. Hill swings and misses at strike 1. She struck out in the 3rd.
Smith in her arsenal, she has a fastball, a curveball, rise ball, screwball, and a changeup. She's used them very effectively today, as we've seen her change speeds and really keep these scrapperette batters on their heels.
5 pitches in her repertoire. Hill sends that one sky high. It's coming back. We'll see if Davis has a play, and she does not, as it hits off the netting, rolls back into play. But again, Riley Smith ahead in the count now to the freshman Harley Hill.
Scrappers 2 for 17 now on the day. Not a good stat.
Yep, Hill swings and misses, and again, Nashville goes down in order. We're running out of innings. We're through 5. Valley View 2, Nashville 1. You're watching the 4A Centennial Bank State Softball Championship on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Centennial Bank is committed to you. Since our founding in 1999, we've become one of the nation's most trusted banks by remembering that you come first. By empowering our communities to reach their highest potential through our dedication to local charity, education, and exceptional service. Because we are proud to call Arkansas home. Banking with you in mind. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
1, 2, 3, turn up! Whoa. It's going up in here! Let's go!
Celebrate game day under the arches. Access to tons of benefits through our reward program. Available on the McDonald's app. We're loving it.
We're back here, the 4A state championship game. Valley View leads it 2-1. We've entered the top of the 6th. We are ready to roll. The first inning kind of drug along, but these two teams have been cruising right through it. So Mara Wright going to lead off this inning for the Lady Blazers. Takes that one up and away. Valley View, 2 runs on 6 hits, have committed 1 error. Nashville has yet to put the offense together, just 1 run on 2 hits. Scrapperettes have not committed an error. That one sent sky high right up to shoot. We'll see if the play can be made by the catcher, and it can. Emily Bailey, a nice job to scour that one and makes the play.
We talked about the team hitting summary for Nashville. For Valley View, 6 of 22, batting .274, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. They're 2 of 5 with runners in scoring position.
Caroline Prestige steps in now. She's 0 for 2, lined out to third, popped up to second. She's made 2 outstanding throws from her third base position, though, so she's made an impact on this game. Now she'll try to get into the offensive attack. She lines that one just outside the glove of Spigner at second. She's got her first hit of the contest into right field.
Great effort by Spigner there to try to jump up and make that play. That ball just out of reach. Great hit there by Prestige.
That one just goes the other way with it. It's pitched on the outside half, and there's a good look at the replay just over the outreach glove of Spigner.
And those are the solid hits that Nashville's not been able to get, and Valley View has here later in the game.
Sophie Newberry now steps in. She takes strike 1. Newberry doubled and scored in the second. Grounded out to third in the fourth.
If you're Valley View here trying to add to your lead, got a great Nashville team here, can score runs quickly. You need some more insurance runs to guarantee a victory.
Yeah, she swings through that one quickly in the hole 0-2. Now, if you're Nashville, you've got to try to keep that deficit at 2-1. The offense hasn't been there for you yet. You still have 2 plate appearances. And you certainly want to keep that deficit at 1. That one just a piece of for Newberry. Fouls it straight back.
It's amazing how one little mistake as a pitcher, one mistake as a fielder can change the game.
Yep.
And we saw that earlier in the game with some errors. We saw that just missing 1 pitch. Obviously, a hitter can take advantage of that.
0-2 pitch. Tries to pull the string, breaking ball. And gets the force at second place. Nice throw there by Hill. Gets the lead runner. As Prestige is forced out, Newberry reaches on the fielder's choice.
Great play by Hill there, heads up, knowing where the runner is at all times, making sure you can get that lead runner, keep that runner out of scoring position, and she did that. Now with 2 outs, keep that runner at first base, hopefully keep her from scoring.
Yep. It's a good look at Spigner there. Really smart play not to try the relay throw for the double play at first. Don't risk an unnecessary error.
Because if you do throw an error, you totally defeated the purpose of going to second.
Exactly.
That runner gets to second base, and she's in scoring position.
Really intelligent play there. Of course, that's why they're in the state championship game. They don't make the silly mistakes. Grace Butler now steps in. Tries to lay down a bunt. Perfectly dead and down the third base line, but does just roll foul. Now she's down in the hole 0-2. She's got a pair of singles. The only player in the contest with multiple hits. RBI single in the second. Another single in the fourth.
We talked about the experience at Nashville. Valley View, 4 juniors starting, 2 freshmen, 2 sophomore. Young team here for Valley View today.
Just got a piece of that one, did Butler. That was a similar swing we saw her in the second inning when she tried to check the swing and it flared it over the shortstop's head. So that's something that's in her repertoire. Couldn't hold up the swing, but got just enough to stay alive in the at bat. Again, that check swing gets just enough of it to stay alive.
Talked about it earlier. One thing Valley View's done is kept Nashville's fans out of it.
Yep.
It's been very quiet since that first inning after the Blazers finally tied the game 1-1. Like I said, you could see them right there, just very quiet.
That one on the outside corner caught just enough of the plate. Deemed the home plate umpire Jeff Boone, and that punch out ends the inning. So the 1-out single goes for nothing. Head to the bottom of the 6th. Nashville's trailing at 2-1, but they're coming up as you're watching the Centennial Bank State Softball Championship on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Do you think that's the key thing missing in the conversation about climate change?
Learn a lot about the African-American experience.
It's your palate, it's your taste, it's how you like to cook.
Look at all the colors.
Discovering stories of people.
Voices will be heard today.
People really see the message.
Such a shared experience.
The choice is yours.
You make the decision.
With Passport on the PBS Video app.
Can you see her greatness? When you attend her games, when you cheer her on, or when you participate in any way, you support your community and make it better, and you will see her greatness. Join us as we pledge to increase the visibility of women's sports in our communities. It makes a difference when we all are involved. At Everett Buick GMC, we proudly support our local female athletes and encourage you to do the same. See her greatness.
We never gonna stop. We never gonna stop.
For a copy of any of the state championship games, go to m&mproductions.net to place your order.
This is a good one to order a copy of.
Say always a good keepsake. Stick it in the DVD player years to come and watch your team battle it out for a state championship.
Yeah, and this one has been as advertised. These two teams combined for 50 victories on the season. Bottom of the 6th, Valley View leading Nashville 2-1, but the Scrapperettes are at the dish. 1, 2, and 3 in the order. Ashley Chambers, the leadoff batter, tries to lay a bunt down but fouls it back. She singled to lead off the contest. The bottom of the 1st at least came around to score Nashville's only run. Grounded out the 2nd back in the 3rd inning.
Chambers leading off, needs to get something going. Only 6 outs left for Nashville.
If you're Valley View, you're certainly counting down the outs, counting down the strikes of their first ever softball championship. Chambers lines one right at the second baseman, and Mackenzie Whitlock on the receiving end.
It's your popcorn. Wow, what a great catch there. Corner of her glove, right in the pocket. What's that? Yeah. Great air there to get that out.
Yeah, Whitlock had to elevate for it. Retires the leadoff hitter Chambers, and that's a big, big out as Nashville's trying to get something going here in the bottom of the 6th. Madison Steele now stepping in. She drove in a run back in the 1st inning, also has grounded out to short. Steele, watch you strike one, catch the corner of the plate.
One thing we talked about at break, Bobby, both teams working very efficiently between innings. I mean, they're in and out, ready to go, anxious to.
Actually working against them a little bit. They've got to sit around for 20 or 30 seconds. This first game we've seen teams have problems with that. We'll chopper to 3rd. Prestige, another throw. That time almost pulled Newberry off the bag, but the umpire says she got back on, and 2nd out of the inning is recorded.
Great job by Newberry. Stretch it out. Had to make a little hop to get that ball, but came down, kept her foot on the bag, as we see right here.
It's a good look at it.
Great play by the first baseman.
Yep, Newberry did come off the bag indeed. But Bill Fry, David Martin, the first base umpire, saw that she got back down on the bag in time. 2nd out of the inning. So Ellen Spigner comes up. She's 0 for 2. Flied out to left. And grounded out to 2nd base. That one misses inside.
One thing about a one-run ball game, all it takes is one hit.
That's right.
One mistake can change this game and tie it up.
Wind is still blowing right to left, so if you're going to hit it out, you probably need to do it left center to the left foul line. That one right across the heart of the plate, evens the count at 1-1. Again, now I've kind of harped on it a few times, Derek, but you look at the numbers all season long for Valley View starting pitcher Riley Smith, 248 strikeouts coming into the contest, only 2 today. But the defense doing work for the Lady Blazers. That one flies out to right, and Izzy Reba right there to make the play, and Nashville's down to their final 3 outs. We head to the 7th. It's 2-1 Valley View in the 4A state championship game, and you're watching it right here on Arkansas PBS Sports.
The Arkansas Citizens Access Network gives you a front row seat to your state government. Live stream board and commission meetings, press conferences, legislative proceedings, and more. Events are also archived for 30 days. Receive updates right on your phone by texting ARCAN to 313131. Be informed and get involved at myarkansaspbs.org/ARCAN.
Get all the latest info from Arkansas PBS. Visit myarpbs.org/sign up.
We're in the 7th. Of course, high school softball, our 7th-inning contest, and we are ready to roll. Valley View has a 2-1 lead, and Lauren Mitchell going to step up. It's 9-1-2 in the batting order for the Lady Blazers. Mitchell has popped out to second, rounded out to the pitcher. Mitch tries to get down a bunt, but tops it up in the first base side. The play cannot be made by Maggie Campbell. That one in the glove of Campbell, but pops out. Lauren Mitchell has a second life.
Kind of a great illustration of the day for the Scrapperettes so far today. Just right there and then pops out.
Yep, that's an easy play that you have to make if you're Campbell. You're going to try to bounce back if you're Macy McJunkins, the pitcher for Nashville, and get that out. She does come back, good strike 2 as Mitchell wails over that one.
Yeah, if you're Nashville, you cannot afford to give up another run right now with the way you've been hitting today.
Yep, and Riley Smith has been mowing them down, the Valley View pitcher. 0-2 count now to Mitchell. Swing and a miss.
Way to recover there from Macy Junkins rather. Kind of a tough play there. You don't get the out. You fight back, battle all the way back, and strike her out. Great job there by Junkins.
7th strikeout of the contest. Foreman Junkins. Now back to the top of the order, Izzy Reba. She swings as misses, and she's trying to slap hit that one. Haven't seen a whole lot of that. We saw quite a bit of it in the 6A contest last night. Not many slap hitters in this one. Reba shows bunt, but pulls it back, and that one ruled high out of the zone.
Reba walked her first time up, struck out her second, and got a single in the 5th inning, her last time up.
Reba, that one on the outside corner. Good look at it there.
It's a good pitch. Throw something off the plate there in the strike zone. Get ahead in the count, 1-2.
Yep. There's just not a lot you can do with a perfectly placed pitch. That one swing and a miss. McJunkins back-to-back strikeouts to begin the 7th inning. And 2 down for Mackenzie Whitlock.
McJunkins is going to get a chance here to get the 3rd out and then come in and bat. She had one of the 2 hits for Nashville on the day. But right now, her only priority is getting this 3rd out and getting to the bottom half of the 7th inning.
Whitlock 0 for 3 on the day. Did reach on a fielder's choice back in the 1st. Watches strike one over the outer third. Grounded out to third in the third inning, did Whitlock, and popped out to the catcher back in the fifth. Junkins delivers that one across the heart of the plate, and now she's up in the count 0-2. Making quick work of this inning is McJunkins, is exactly what you needed, and you alluded to it, Derek. Got to get back into the dugout and give your offense a chance in the last half of the seventh, which is the last scheduled frame.
This is a big chance right here to get the fans into it. You're going to the bottom. A big strikeout here, a big put out, be huge for the Nashville faithful.
Just 2 hits for Nashville's offense. Got to take care of work on defense here. That one popped up right side. Going to go right to the second baseman, Spigner. She makes the play, and we head to the bottom of the last. 2-1 in the 4A state championship game. Stick around. Somebody's going to win a title. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Softball Championship on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Broadcast of this championship game is made possible by
the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
We never gonna stop.
Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Bank of Fayetteville share the mission of Arkansas PBS to enrich and empower all Arkansans. Community, dignity, respect. That's what Me Banking is all about. More at mebanking.com.
Since 1976, McCormick Equipment Rental and Sales has been equipping Arkansans for the tough jobs, construction equipment and rentals, service and sales, and a proud underwriter of Arkansas PBS Sports.
Local broadcast of Arkansas PBS programming is made possible in part by Community Bakery. Scratch-made breads, pastries, cakes, treats, and locally roasted coffees. Served daily at 2 locations in Little Rock, 1200 Main and 270 Shackelford.
Learn more about the issues that impact our state with our long-running public affairs program, Arkansas Week. Fridays at 7:30 p.m. and Sundays at 10 a.m. right here on Arkansas PBS.
Nashville has the heart of the lineup coming up. In the bottom of the 7th, Emma Hutchison, Macy McJunkins, Jasmine Wakefield, tasked with the reason or the rhyme to extend this contest as they trail Valley View 2-1.
You just said at the heart of the lineup. Got some seniors, a junior and 2 seniors here.
Hutchison swinging first pitch, flares it out to short. Play is made by Winkfield, 1 down.
Like we said, just cannot get the good barrel of the bat on there and hit that in the outfield. So now it's up to 2 seniors who obviously don't want their season to end like this. We'll see if they can't get something going for Nashville.
Just a little late movement there on the pitch from Riley Smith. Avoids the barrel, as you mentioned, Derek. Pops it out to short. Now Macy McJunkins. She's 1 for 2. A sharp single to center her last at bat. That was in the 4th.
She has one of the 2 hits for Nashville. See if she can get a third. Nashville's really needing something big here if they're going to tie this game.
And Junkins does lead the team in home runs with 5. It is 200 across the board. Left field line, dead center, and right field line.
Fans cheering, let's go, Macy.
That one out of third for a called first strike.
The battle of pitchers right here, Bobby.
It's the 3rd at bat. These 2 have already figured each other out. They've each won a battle. Who's going to win the crucial 3rd one here in the bottom of the 7th?
Can win a battle. Who's going to win the war?
Ball lifted on the right side. A long run. Ball goes out of play, but Junkins now down 0-2. Not a ton of foul space here at the softball complex. Of course, nothing like the baseball field behind the way. If you haven't seen the Benton baseball field, tune in to Arkansas PBS at 7 o'clock. You'll see it for the 4A baseball title game. A lot of foul space over there.
Be interesting to see what Riley Smith here, what she goes to, what pitch she goes to. Down ahead 0-2 to another pitcher. What pitch does she throw here to try to strike her out?
Trying to get her to chase one up and out of the zone, but Junkins lays off. Pushes the count to 1-2. Bottom of the 7th. Nashville needs one here, or this one's going to be over. And Junkins line one. What a play. Caroline Prestige makes another huge play on the hot corner.
That got a good barrel, and that was a heck of a play by the third baseman, Prestige.
It's a good look at it there. Just not much time to react, but Prestige just moves a step to her left, lunges for it.
Look what I think.
Second out. You're exactly right. Now the last chance for Nashville as Jasmine Wakefield steps up to the plate, 0 for 2 on the contest.
Chance for the senior to come through for her team here with 2 outs.
Left-handed hitter.
What a great softball game. Fundamental, 2 errors, 1 for each team.
That one fouled over left side.
And like we said earlier, you know, Valley View had a tough first inning. Nashville had a tough inning there with some errors, but other than that, it's just been a great fundamental softball game by 2 fantastic teams.
Riley Smith, the pitcher for Valley View, has retired 18 of the last 19 batters she has faced.
2 great pitchers.
That one lifted to the left field, perfectly played. Valley View has won their first ever softball championship.
Wow. Like we said, Bobby, the first inning, you and I looked at each other and went, ooh. And they calmed down. They had a mound visit. They calmed down, and after that, it's been all Valley View.
What a great defensive alignment there by the left fielder, Lauren Mitchell. She was almost at the line as she caught that little looping liner from Jasmine Wakefield, and that's called scouting. And a great job and a tip of the cap to the coaching staff and the players for Valley View as they take down the Scrapperettes and here in the 4A championship game. We're going to step aside. Trophy presentation coming up. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Softball Championship on Arkansas PBS Sports.
I would never be able to run as many cattle on here as I'm running now the old way I was doing it.
I'm sure there's a lot of farmers still today that think they're doing a great job, and I understand exactly why they think that, because they don't know any different. You know, it's more than dirt. It's a living, breathing ecosystem.
Thanks, George. Appreciate it. At Big Red Stores, we're always proud to sponsor, support, and partner up with many events and activities throughout the community. Among them, high school championships throughout the state of Arkansas. At Big Red Stores, our team members are always ready to assist you to make your visit with us a pleasant one. And at Big Red Stores, we recognize that none of our support or ability to serve the community is possible without you. That's why at Big Red Stores, you're always the MVP of the Big Red team. Big Red Stores, now more convenient than ever.
Let me take you for a ride on the baseline.
Valley View has captured their first ever state championship as they take down Nashville by a score of 2-1 here in the 4A state championship game. And Derek, it was all about pitching in this one, and you take a look at the stats and the effort for Riley Smith. Retired 19 of the last 20 she faced and got a lot of help from her defense.
What a battle between 2 fantastic pitchers. Riley Smith, 86 pitches, gave up 2 hits, 1 run, through only 3 strikeouts. We talked about her 248 coming into the game. She ends the game with 3. She faced 24 batters, obviously.
Yep, the dominating performance, and we've seen a lot of times in softball, if you've got a pitcher who's on that given day, they're going to be tough to beat, as the Nashville Scrapperettes are handed their state runner-up trophy. Of course, nothing to be disappointed about for 26-5 record on the season.
Well, that's right, and Macy McJunkins pitched a fantastic game. 7 hits she gave up, but only 2 runs, walked 1 and struck out 7. I mean, she pitched fantastic, 99 pitches for her. Unfortunately, they just could not get the bats going. You know, that pitching performance wins probably 9 times out of 10, right. And unfortunately, this was the one time it didn't.
Yeah, Valley View put a little pressure on them, but if you flash back to the first inning, the way the game was going, it really felt like Nashville had all the momentum. They took advantage of the air, got an early 1-0 lead, but they quickly bounced back and got that run in the top of the second to tie the game as they are now receiving their championship hardware.
We've talked about pitching. But the 2 runs for Valley View, we saw Grace Butler go 2 for 3. Winkfield went 1 for 3. Lexi Davis went 1 for 3. Newberry went 1 for 3. A couple RBIs for Butler and Winkfield. Just a great job behind the plate to get the 1 extra run they needed to be crowned state champions.
That's right. That's a moment right there they're never going to forget. The picture they're going to want to hang up on their wall until the day that they can't walk anymore. I promise you, a state championship picture will go a long way. But we're not done here on Arkansas PBS. Be sure to stick around, or at least come back 7 o'clock as the 4A baseball state championship's going to be on the line. And, well, familiar logo you're going to see. The Valley View Blazers going to try to double dip with the baseball and softball championship. But they've got to deal with Harrison, the Goblins, and Blazers. 7 o'clock first pitch. Be sure to stick around. RJ Hawk and myself will have the call there. And that's going to do it for this one as the 4A championship goes to Valley View. Derek, your final thoughts on a pretty well played contest?
Just a great game, like we talked about earlier. Great fundamental softball. Only 2 errors, a pitching duel that went back and forth. Unfortunately for Nashville, fortunately for Valley View, great pieces of hitting, timely hitting when they needed to get their first ever state softball championship.
Riley Smith named your 4A championship game MVP. She's going to go best celebrate with their friends. We're going to take a break and stick around at 7 o'clock. 4A baseball coming your way. For Derek Walter, I'm Bobby Swafford. Appreciate you tuning in. You have been watching the Centennial Bank State Softball Championship on Arkansas PBS Sports.